I'm Simon Taylor. I'm the parish priest here at St Andrews in Stapleford, just the one parish, which goes up to Wandlebury and then includes Stapleford and just about goes to Shelford Station, and that's where it stops. About 2,000 people here. And that's only part-time, and the rest of the time I'm a lawyer, I'm a barrister, and also a very, very part-time judge. So that's what I do for a living. The church thing is unpaid. And then for fun, I do things like gardening and canoeing when we can go somewhere suitable, and just generally chilling with the family. So I became a Christian in my late 30s, actually, having sort of pushed it away for most of my life. And I became a Christian at Holy Trinity Brompton. We used to go there occasionally because our cousins went there. And I heard a sermon by Nicky Gumbel, who's a really fantastic preacher, vicar there, and he was talking about the opening bits of the book of Ecclesiastes, which is thought to have been written by Solomon, King Solomon. And King Solomon talks about pleasure and wealth and learning, and how in fact it's all meaningless. And Nicky Gumbel went all this, it's all meaningless, it's all vanity, there's nothing worthwhile under the sun. That's what Solomon's saying. And Nicky Gumbel said, well, actually there is, and he's Jesus, and went on to explain a whole lot. And then at the end of the sermon, I prayed a prayer of commitment and really got clobbered by the Holy Spirit then and there. And that was it, really. I'm sure it was the end of a long journey, but it was a sort of sudden thing as well. I was thinking about this, lots of people really. Obvious thing to say, and it's true, is I look up to people who use their wealth for good. And they're people like Bill Gates and George Soros. I mean, they come in for a lot of criticism that they've got huge wealth and they use a lot of it for good. But more than that, the people I really admire are people who tell the truth, even when it's really difficult and when it costs them. And good examples of that recent years were during all the Brexit debates, when people like Dominic Grieve and Yvette Cooper, there were people like that who just kept on telling the truth in the face of all the lies that, eventually the nation was overwhelmed by. They stuck to the truth, and I really admire them for that. It really cost them, but the blessings on them for being truth tellers. So it's at the moment, it's John 16:33, and I just want to quote it right. So I've got it on my iPad. So Jesus is talking to his disciples, and he's telling them about that he's going to die and that they're going to be left alone and all that. And at the end of John chapter 16, he says to them, in this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world. And I think that's just amazing. Take heart, I have overcome the world. So Jesus is being really realistic about how tough things can be. And he was telling the disciples really that they were like to have to follow him to death at some point. And he says, take heart, I've overcome the world. So whatever happens, it's going to be all right. It's a great message. I mean, I was pretty awful, really. But I think the advice I'd give to myself would be to go for what you really care about. It's sometimes hard to know what you care about, so you might have to follow lots of things, think about lots of things, but it's good to be sensible about all the things that parents and teachers in the world tell you about, like working hard and doing your studies and all that sensible stuff. But in the end, keep right at the middle of things you really care about, because that's where you're going to be able to contribute, where you're going to A, enjoy your life, and B, contribute to others. And it might be something really surprising that other people don't think much of, but go for what you really care about, what really makes you tick. And I think that's what I would say. Wish I'd been given advice like that.